Lots of things go really well with pancakes: bananas, ice cream, bacon, and video games. So why not pick yourself up a little something in this week's sale to make this the best Pancake Tuesday ever?
Do you fancy taking a trip back to Dead Island? Well, do so in style with the Definitive Collection. With its polished visuals and photorealistic lighting system, the shuffling piles of rotting flesh have never looked better than they do here, which makes them even more fun to bash apart with all manner of haphazardly cobbled together melee weapons.
And if you put in the practice now, you'll have your swing down by the time Dead Island 2 arrives on April 21st. So grab Dead Island's Definitive Collection this week for 85% off and go nuts. The announcement that Road 96 has a musical prequel on the way might be one of the most wonderfully weird reveals in a while, so why not prepare for that wild ride by checking out the original game? Available now on Xbox and PC Game Pass, Road 96 is a narrative-driven RPG in which you try to hitchhike your way out of your oppressive home country. Get lucky and you might even make a few new friends along the way. Flag down the wrong car and you might be in for a bumpier ride.
And since each journey is procedurally generated, you never know quite what awaits you around the next bend. But if you're playing in 60 FPS on the Xbox Series X and S, at least you're guaranteed some sweet scenery. Road 96 is now 65% off too, so even your money's going to be getting some serious mileage. If you're in the mood for a nice, relaxing island getaway, then probably don't look towards The Chant. Honestly, you might actually be better with the zombie one, because this third-person horror game isn't just looking to eat your brains, it's here to break your mind. The whole thing goes down on a remote island where a groovy group of folks have gathered to chill out and take part in a ritual or two.
But this laid-back retreat quickly turns into a nightmare when an army of cosmic horrors comes rushing out of another dimension and starts making a right nuisance of itself. You'll need to protect your mind, body, and spirit as you rally the survivors and try to uncover the truth behind this nightmarish place. But on the bright side, the whole trip is now half price. If the Super Bowl got you hyped for the American sports in all their high-scoring glory, then now might just be the time to pick up NBA 2K23. The latest entry in EA's Sports Sim series features a dazzling array of game modes, allowing you to make your own name in the game with My Career, or follow in the footsteps of the best ever do it with the Jordan Challenge.
In fact, you can even take control of the entire league with the new My NBA mode and install yourself as commissioner. But whichever mode you're up for, the Digital Deluxe Edition ensures that you'll always have access to the latest version of the game. Meaning if you upgrade to an Xbox Series X or S further down the line, you'll still be able to enjoy next-gen enhancements like 60 FPS frame rates and HDR10. Oh, and it's now 75% off too. In Mountain Blade 2 Bannerlord, the continent of Calradia is pretty much there for the taking, if you don't mind slapping a few folks on your way to the throne, that is. Freshly arrived on Xbox Game Pass, this action RPG lets you create your own character before taking them for a spin out on the battlefield. Once the swords start swinging, you'll be tasked with orchestrating your side's tactics and dishing out some first-hand damage yourself. It's always good to lead by example, after all.
Establishing yourself as the #1 clan in town will require more than just brute force, but if you throw in some diplomacy, a little bit of clever trading, and a bit of cloak and dagger, you'll soon be sitting pretty. Grab Mountain Blade 2 Bannerlord off Xbox Game Pass now, or buy it outright in this week's sale for 25% off. Everybody needs an origin story these days, and that includes fairy tale figures like Baba Yaga. In Blacktail, you'll play as a young Yaga as she hunts down a series of dark spirits spawned from her own memories. Combining witchcraft with archery combat, Blacktail makes for a unique FPS experience that's a nice change of pace for the machine guns and plasma rifles we've all gotten used to.
Although you might be wishing for those higher caliber options when some of the game's more terrifying bosses rear their ugly heads. Featuring a gorgeously grim fairy tale world and a story that evolves based on the decisions you make, Blacktail is an enticing new spin on a very old tale, and it's now 25% off. A bug's life isn't always easy. They're very small and they have no money, so you can imagine the kind of stress they're under. Which is why the heroes of Bug Fables have set out in search of the fabled everlasting sapling so that they can become immortal and have one less thing to worry about. This quirky RPG takes place in a world where intelligent insects have inherited the earth, forming their own kingdoms all across the vast land of Bulgaria.
Well, it's actually all just someone's backyard, but it seems very vast to them. Playing as a trio of adventurous bugs, you'll get to visit each kingdom in turn, solving puzzles and taking part in turn-based bug battles in the process. Bug Fables is a little game that offers a whole lot of fun and is now 60% off. In In Saturnalia, you'll play as a quartet of characters who each find themselves drawn into Gravois mystery. But since the city itself is an ever-shifting maze that refuses to stay still, cracking this particular case is going to take some doing.
Featuring 4 rich, emotional stories for you to unravel and an eerily immersive setting, Saturnalia is the holiday from hell in the best possible way. So grab your ticket to Gravois now by taking advantage of this week's 25% discount. Last year's reboot saw the Saints relocating to Santo Ileso, where there's a whole new city for players to run riot over. Travel by car, hoverbike, or helicopter.
Take down your enemies with sledgehammers, laser guns, and rocket launchers. Basically, do whatever the heck you want in this wacky gangster's paradise. And if you want to double your fun, you can tag in your partner in crime thanks to Saints Row's cross-gen drop-in, drop-out multiplayer. It can lead to all sorts of fun.
Oh no!
Now 55% off, Saints Row provides all the thrills of the life of crime without all those pesky moral consequences. Whether you're jetting off to Italy, heading for an island filled with zombies, or checking out the world's least relaxing spiritual retreat, this week's sale is your passport to all sorts of deliciously dark places. Tell us about your travel plans down in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe before you go. Bye!